Okay, I think it's on. Yeah, it looks like it's on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Um, this is Coffee Talk, and we are going to be talking about possibilities. My friend Sarah is here. She's in Italy. When I met you, you were in New York.
Hmm.
And I think I called you through Access Consciousness, and we were just chatting, um, and then you were like, "Oh my gosh, I want to have a gemstone reading." Can you remind me what was happening in your life back then?
Oh, I don't want, I'm not sure I want to go there, but it's
Well,
probably,
just
it's
bits and pieces, because it's
okay.
really nice to be able to see the change.
I was heartbroken. I was literally heartbroken when you called. I was already practicing the tools of access, and still that heaviness, like heartbroken, state was there.
Yeah.
And somehow you mentioned that you are a jeweler, you're a designer, that you have this knowledge about the energy in stones. I was always interested in it, well, always aware of it. And let's be honest, who doesn't like jewelry? And the moment you said, there's actually a reading that you can find out and discover what gems can contribute to you, what more can I ask for to have a reason to buy myself jewelry? So the
I
reason
love
and
it.
justification, now I can just choose, right? And at that time it was like, okay, let me find a reason. What actually is possible for me with jewelry? So I think 20 minutes later we jumped on a call, and you started to talk about different gemstones, and you also even go to gold.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
See, it's all your fault.
I know. I'm an instigator.
Integrator of greater possibilities. That, sometimes when we think about possibilities, we think about like it's like, wow, I have to change something, or it's going to be hard, or something, and like how hard it is to gift yourself a gift of jewelry to change your energy and create new
Yeah.
possibilities. That was like that.
I think for some people it is. Like they cannot justify and they cannot receive it. And I I was super grateful that you were willing to. So I sort of remember you got, was it the moonstone? I can't even remember.
Definitely Moonstone was I got a big chain, a beautiful, beautiful necklace, and earrings later. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Feathers and gold feathers.
And the aquamarine, I remember because the communication. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how did you move out of that heaviness of the heartbreak? Because a lot of people go through that
Mm.
and they don't have tools.
The heaviness of the heartbreak. So, oh yeah. How did I move out of it? I asked a lot of questions and I made a lot of new choices, and I realized that I just don't want to stay there.
Hmm.
It's like I'm not willing to park my life in that space of being heartbroken. When I consciously know that there's so much to do. And it's one thing to be in the mind and know certain things, and it's one thing when the heart is in the body and the body says another thing. And so really through all the tools and embarking, choosing energy paths that would connect me, the being, with my body, that was something that I kept working on, like choosing. So how did I move myself? I kept making choices to empower myself with different tools. I went to so many different modalities. I did body energy work. I tapped on my chest. I released my sorrow through sound. I went to the subconscious mind and discovered what programs I have there that keeps me in that space, and I released anybody and anything and the pain to do anything for me. I started to choose joy and lightness, and get connected with people that are feeling whole within themselves, and inspiring wholeness and wellness. And so I started to choose, and my energy field changed. I started to interact with different people that are vibrating on the same in the same way, and I
Mhm.
put myself out of there. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't want that anymore. What else is possible if I'm whole, my heart is whole? Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It is definitely a choosing and choosing and choosing journey. I think a lot of people are looking for the one thing, but making that first decision, like, I don't want to stay in this heavy energy.
No,
That's awesome. That gets you started on that journey. But then it's like, well, okay, now what's required? And now what's required. There's so many levels to
there's
it.
so
And
many
you have
levels.
to continue in that direction. Otherwise, you can be pulled back because so many people reward you for being sad and being a victim and, oh, you poor thing. And of course, you should be struggling. But how many people actually want to support and lift you up to be the lightness and the greatness that you are?
I'm very happy and grateful that we're living in this time, in this era. There are so many growing communities that are practicing all sorts of beautiful energy systems to uplift the energy, change the vibration, look at possibilities, encouraging each other, knowing not how to cry together to put you down or find a point of contact through pain, the opposite.
Mm,
So everything became available for me. I met so many different communities, even the scientific community with Dr. Joe Dispenza, with the Theta Healing community, with Vajana Stibel. Like there are millions of people around the world today that
mhm,
are choosing something different, choosing
mhm,
something different. So it's like, okay, and it's all out there. We can just like explore and choose.
yeah. So, what makes you choose more access consciousness when you have
Oh,
explored all these different modalities?
well, access consciousness was the modality that came to my life after I've practiced years of subconscious work and healing martial arts and sort of stuff. And I was still asking, like, why, how is it possible? I'm all changed inside of me. I still wake up and I see the same people. I go to the same place. My life looks the same, but the inside is different. And I know it's different. So, uh, I met a friend in one of the trainings in Montana, and she said, Sarah, by the way, there's another thing that I do. I said, what? It was after 7 days of training. She says, it's called access bars. I said, what? What now? She says, let me just tell you a story. She says, I took this 1 day class, and after in that class, I got to realize that I'm so talented. Why am I still living in my father's basement? I
Mm,
said, okay. She says, the next day, my father saw me and said, I was thinking, you're so talented. Why are you living in my basement? Take a down payment and buy yourself an apartment. And I said, that's the energy that I would like to have in my life. I'm doing all those things and I'm still waking up to a similar reality. 2 months later, I was in Israel at the time. I called her up and I said, hey, I'm here with a group. Do you have an extra day to do this bars training? I never even experienced this healing modality. I organized a team of people from New York to go and get a class together and do this 1 day training. And it's called Access Bars. I didn't know. I shouldn't say I didn't know. I knew that this is the energy that I would like to bring to my life.
yeah. The energy is just so different.
And I chose it. That's it. I
Yeah.
chose it. And I can say, you said, why access consciousness? Look, I am practicing everything that I've learned. Most of all the practices that I've been a part of, to some degree, are a part of my life.
Hmm.
Probably not in the same way and not from the same space of obligation, or sometimes it was fear, or sometimes mostly like have to or to be right about something.
Right.
More from the question of like, does it actually contribute to me? Is it fun for me? Does my body would like, what would my body like to be and have with that? Access consciousness changed my reality. It's like it wasn't something that's inside that I can dream of. The dreams, they're not dreams anymore. It's like everything is possible. The power is back to me with a question, with a choice, with an action. Boom, it's actualizing. So it's a very empowering, I would call it modality, set of tools. that constantly and continuously keeps gifting and empowering me and empowering everybody around me. So that's why I keep choosing. How does it get any better?
Yeah. Yeah. So, with after you learned the bars, um, well, like then what did you choose and what was the impetus to continue?
Well, after I chose the bars, I went back to New York and I kind of like went back to my life.
Hmm.
Somebody from the group said, "Hey, you know what if we continued a little more with that?" And we found a practitioner in a different city, New Jersey. And again, I organized another class for her with like 20 people. And more people came to practice. And that was great. I always felt very relaxed. I still wasn't asking too many questions about how does it get any better than this. I thought I had the perfect life, kind of. And then,
Hold on, that's a really important question. Let's just take that and tease it apart a little bit. When you think you have it right or you have it good or good
perfect.
enough, and you ask, how does it get any better than this? It can get greater. And so
Oh,
many people stop at, just getting out of pain or just having some one thing work out.
exactly, exactly. And with access, you keep on being in the question and inviting something greater and different. And it's different when you're asking for greater, but you still want everything to stay the same. So I
Mhm.
was asking for more, and I was holding on for dear life for the things that worked for me and were right in my reality. The beautiful thing is the third time of training with bars, I was doing a very intense training in theta healing for 3 weeks in Cancun, really, really deep. Out of 150 practitioners, there were three other ladies that we were together, and one of them was a bars facilitator. Another one was a bars practitioner who took two classes like me. And I didn't know that after the third class, you can become a facilitator and actually facilitate the class. And
Mhm.
this friend said, "Hey, Sarah, we took two classes. Let's ask our friend to have one more class and then we can do it ourselves." And imagine we are there learning already from like 9 to 5 every day, very intense. We created, for me, it was 9 to 10 p.m. every day. We created a class, a bars class, to do the third class. So that was in Cancun. I felt like more like it found me, like the
Wow.
modality, like it found me. And life became just like more ease, it more clear of what, wow, this is actually what I would like. Nothing is in the way between what I would like and the choice to get there. There's no reason, justification, or wall to break. It was just like, oh, I would like that. I'm choosing it. And then, like, everything got out of the way, kind of. Everything
Yeah.
was out of the way. And I just got to those new places. So I kept on choosing more and more.
It's so true. And one of the things that Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, says is that ease is so hard because
Yeah.
we're so used to things in the way and problems and issues and having to figure it out that we spend so much time like undoing stuff to get to be able to do something. And the more you do bars, the more and ask the questions, the more everything just becomes easy. And then you think, oh my God, something's got to be wrong because there's no
Because,
work. It's like it's too easy. What's going on?
yeah, yeah.
Love
I,
it.
I, I remember after one of the Access consciousness classes, I literally woke up in the morning and it was just like, what can I choose now? There was nothing to fix. There was nothing to bang the head and fight with. There was nobody to look at and judge or being judged. It was empty space of just like, wow, what can I ask for today? What can I be today? What can I choose today? What can I create today? And it was a new space. It was, at a certain point, I have to admit that it was so different that I thought, Well, maybe when especially when I moved to Italy and it was so quiet, it's super silent here,
Mhm.
coming from New York City
Yeah.
to the hills of the of northern Italy. I thought, maybe it's the end of my life. Maybe it's like I'm getting this tremendous amount of peace and tranquility. That's only in the stories that I heard that, before when you're ready to pack up and you to say goodbye everybody, you feel that level of tranquility. And I was like, maybe it's like maybe I have like a unknown disease and I'm dying here and I came here and for 2 weeks I was like, what's going on here? And then I heard the question in Access, have you misidentified and what is living, life and living, and what is death?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, I thought that death is when you get finally to rest in peace, that life is all about the craziness. And it's not. What if living is actually having that peace, quiet? I am alive. I'm not dead. I'm not sick. Nothing is wrong. I'm actually starting to really experience what living is. And so we have to be willing to see like things that we believe that were true and real, that we literally created our foundation of living on, maybe completely creating the opposite of what we desire. And it's so beautiful that we can change it and choose something different. And that's for me access consciousness, accessing possibilities,
Mhm.
and the willingness to be like, you know what, I lived a certain way all my life. Great.
Mhm.
Great. What's the gift in that? And what else is possible now that was never possible before?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And the cool thing is, you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to think about it. It's not about thinking at all. It's asking what else is possible. And then the universe delivers possibilities to you that you could choose or not choose. And it just unravels in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's never going to show up. One more thing that I really like that changed my reality was like it's never going to show up the way you think it will. And so it's never going to show up the way you think it will.
Yeah.
Um, One of the things that happened to me here that showed up in the way I never thought it would was I was really asking for something different with my body to be happy and joyful and different. And I was standing in line to get an Italian SIM card. Like, mind you, people don't speak a lot of English here, especially where I am in a village or a small town. So, and they don't speak English even in a telephone store. So
Hmm.
I asked for somebody to help me. There was a girl, young girl, and she says, I can help you. She said, I'm from Bulgaria and I came here to dance with a dance partner in a dance school. I said, really? There is a dance school here? A professional school for athletes in this little place? Yeah, yeah. She says, yeah, yeah. It's called Passion Dance. Come dance with me. Come dance with us. And I was like, okay. I went there and I can tell you that my entire life changed again with this choice to I said, okay, my body probably was asking. I asked what's possible with my body, with movement, how much fun can I have? I never thought that like dance would come, and Latin dance.
Hmm.
What's to me in Latin dance, So since then, for the past 3 years, I've been taking lessons and private lessons and dance and the joy of movement and dancing and rhythm and even dancing in a couple. It completely changed my life. So,
I get that. I've been doing tango for the
woo,
last year or so. Yeah, and I mean, there's something just very unique about tango and the energy and following the lead
oh,
and the connection that it creates. It's amazing, and my body is so happy.
yes, 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 absolutely. I'm so excited about it. I am so thankful for that. And, it's never going to show up the way you think it will. Sometimes you're standing in line and somebody invites you and you say yes. And
Mhm.
so saying yes to something that was like, yeah, yes, okay, yes. those yeses. I wonder how many things we have just said no to, that if we did say yes to, would create what we desire. And so I'd like to invite everybody listening now to ask yourself, what can you start to say yes to
Hmm.
that you
Yeah,
never said
and
yes to?
notice when you say no. If it feels light,
Yeah, you could
it
say yeah.
feels heavy and contractive because that's your compass of like what's true for you. So if you're saying no and it feels heavy, maybe turn it around. Well, okay, what if I did try that? Does it lighten up? Even if in your mind it doesn't seem like something that's going to create, it is it is so amazing to listen to that.
Yeah, asking ourselves questions and not just acting from habit. This is how I always do things. This is how I always choose. No, what can you, how can you be different? If you want something
Yeah.
different, you gotta be different.
Or if it's an investment like that, a lot of people will put oh, it's going to cost X amount, so I'm not going to do it. But what if you were willing to invest in you? Like you invested in that gemstone jewelry and it contributed something completely different than what you thought. And each one of the trainings that you take, they're
Oh,
investments in your future. And look at where you are now and look at how light and amazing and expansive your life is. Like every single thing that you chose was depositing into your bank of being everything that you are.
absolutely. And if money wasn't the issue, if we never attached money to a choice that is possible for us to make, and we just followed the energy of that choice, what can we choose?
Yeah. And so if you are having a hard time getting out of your head and doing that logical thinking thing, an access bars session is amazing for that because it moves
Mhm.
all of that mind chatter and it
Mhm.
gives you this space and then like you're in the space where you can perceive what's going to contribute, what's going to expand your life and what won't.
Absolutely. But I like to look at access bars as like all those 32 points on the head that when they're lightly touched, they basically release the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions of things that are blocking us. It's like you allow somebody to press the delete button on files that you have with unnecessary, irrelevant information. And you don't need to know exactly what's there, but you know it's there. And after the session, after you deeply relax, you just wake up and it's like, wow, oh, okay. Empty space.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the reset. And
Yeah.
then when you're around other people and you realize that you're picking up a lot of the stuff that they're being weighed down by, after you've had this session and you can perceive that, you don't take it on as yours so much anymore. Is you have this awareness that, wait a second, that doesn't feel like light and spacious like I am right now. So what if that's not mine? And that's
Yes.
another huge tool. Is this yours?
Yes. That was a big, big wake up call to acknowledge that how much I'm aware of other people's stuff. And also, like to be caring person, I have to carry their stuff into my world. And that was like a really big shift for me to say, okay, I'm aware of how they feel or what's going on in their world. And what if I don't have to do anything about it? And what if sometimes just being happy around somebody that is not happy is already a contribution. You don't need to get into their story or take anything from them. You just be like, stay you, stay uplifted, stay joyful. This is a contribution to the world.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was just sharing with one of my clients the other day, when it's dark and you light a candle, that
Mhm.
dispels some of the darkness. But when your candle lights other candles, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And
Yes.
so, what if you were willing to light people up?
And stay lit.
And stay lit. Don't let somebody put your candle out.
Don't let anybody put your candle out.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get any better.
So
Wow.
I'm so glad to talk with you. I'm so happy to hear all the things that are going on in your life and to perceive that lightness and happiness. It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm happy and I'm alive. That was like the biggest thing. I was like, what's going on here? What's going on? Yeah. We were so used to be like, oh, no, it has to be hard. It has to be this. No, it doesn't. Actually,
Yeah,
the opposite. The
I
opposite.
know. Hard work, you guys, is not where it's at. That's a big lie. I think I talked to your daughter a while back too.
Really?
She's a bar's facilitator.
Facilitator. Yeah, both of my
Yeah.
daughters.
So I talked to her and she was struggling with something and we just chatted for a few minutes and she was like, "Wow, thank you." It was fun.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so great to have, if your family is open to it, to bring them along to the lightness. And
Hmm.
so the conversation for me with my children is very different now than
Hmm.
before. I once manipulated them. My first bars class was for my children in honor of Mother's Day. I said, listen, if you, that's your gift to me, take the class with me. And now everybody's exchanging and swapping with each other.
That's
And
amazing.
there's a whole different level of communication with each other. You don't have to argue, you don't have to hide anything. It brings more presence with everything and every energy. Um, it's very empowering in family relationships and all sorts of relationships. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And if people want to contact you, I will have your website in the show notes.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you somewhere in the world.
Yeah. Or maybe you come to visit in Italy. I live very close to the castle in Casal Borgone.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm actually having a foundation next week here in the north
Oh,
part of
cool.
Italy. Yeah, bars and foundation. So it's really a space of so much nurturing from nature, the
Hmm.
trees. It's spacious. There are not too many people here.
Hmm.
Trees, animals, nurturing food, and the silence, the elegance of silence. Just you can hear yourself, you can hear your body. It's
I love the silence.
Oh, yes. And it's a
Yeah.
different one now. The birds are not even here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a different quality of silence in the autumn.
Wow.
Hmm.
Amazing. Well, thank you for being my guest, and thank you everybody for watching. And we will continue with new episodes. Looking
Thank you.
forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye.